The last thing I want to hear is about the quarterback position. That's the last thing I want to hear. Because you know what? Jeremy Fowler and some other people on ESPN were talking about this team and how there's other GMs around the league that believe the Eagles are still monitoring Trey Lance and Justin Fields. Okay, they could potentially move up. I'm not going to read everything, quote unquote. I kind of remember it, but there is some GMs around the league have been saying that the Eagles might be, monitoring those two quarterbacks, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and could be moving up, could be moving back. I just think this is all smokescreen, guys. Like, after getting Joe Flacco, I was more relaxed. Okay, I'm still worried, but I was at least more relaxed when they got a veteran quarterback. I said, hey, they get a veteran quarterback, I'll be more comfortable with what they do in the draft. And I was. But this just makes no sense. Moving up to the third overall pick, the speculation in that with trading up to Miami with number 3, it didn't happen. I don't think they were going after a quarterback. It said, they want to go after Ian Rappaport, said some things, then he deleted a tweet saying, Zach Wilson, and, that's who they're interested in, blah, 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 blah. I understand that. Okay, I think it was all smokescreen. I just think getting a quarterback, that's what all these teams think the Eagles are doing, is getting a quarterback. Okay, trading from 6 to 12 was obviously questioning, but it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense because you could have drafted one of the top players regardless if it was Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase at that time at number 6. But because you moved to 12, now you gain another draft pick. It could be a leverage move. It could be Howie Roseman says, all right, we can move to 12. We can get a really good player at 12, or we could move up and we'll have some extra picks on the side because of it. So after obviously getting that Carson Wentz trade done, having this trade done with Miami to move back to 12, potentially in 2022, you have 3 first-round picks. So now you have a little security for next year. So the Eagles need to give Jalen Hurts a chance, guys. I mean, they have to. You allowed Carson Wentz to play that many weeks so poorly and so embarrassingly towards this team. And I know it's not just his fault. I'm not going to get into all that because I'm done with Carson Wentz. But it's just an example. But Jalen Hurts, he played 4 games. He progressively got worse, okay, from game 1 to 4. First game, obviously he ran the ball more than he passed it. The Arizona game was where I was like, I see some pocket presence. He's throwing the ball. He's doing a good job. And then it just got worse after that. 9 picks, whatever it was. Okay, a little over 1,000 yards. So at this point, you got to give him a chance. You draft him in the second round. If you guys were so happy, this is why, like, how you, as a GM of the Philadelphia Eagles and Howie Roseman, you can't be annoyed. Like, these coaching staff, they can't be annoyed if these Eagle beat writers in the media are going to question them about, well, you guys were so happy you drafted him in the second round. You only gave him 4 games. Because I don't want to go into 2021 benching Jalen Hurts or not starting Jalen Hurts and saying to myself, what if Jalen Hurts started this year? What if he played the whole season? What if the Eagles actually gave him a chance? That's just a failure on the front office, and it makes no sense. Like, when I see all these players, I've seen some Eagles players on ESPN, on Morning Football, on some Good Morning Football, on some other shows. They talk about Jalen Hurts normally, like he's the starting quarterback. So I'm thinking, like, this is all nonsense. This is media. This is nonsense. I don't think they're going after a quarterback in this draft. I hardly doubt it. I really don't. Like, does it make me a little nervous? Of course it does. There's always that voice in the back of my head saying, they're going to draft a quarterback. Like, I'm thinking they have 2 boards. They have one where you see Trey Lance and Justin Fields, and they're monitoring those 2 guys while they have this great board with all these great prospects that they could draft. And the top of the board is get you the best player available. I don't want them to stoop down to a need. Okay, you got 3 first-round picks next year. Okay, you have security. It's not like we're going into the draft in 22. And let me tell you something. Like, these 2 drafts are so important. Like, they're too important. This is your season. This draft is your season. Then next year, it's even more exciting. You could potentially have 3 first-round picks. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Carson Wentz having 75% of the snaps will get you a first-round pick next year. Or if the Colts make the playoffs. So, I mean, you got some good things going right now. Howie Roseman, the rumors are we're getting a quarterback. And the rumors are that Howie Roseman is going to be aggressive in this draft. And he should be, because after that press conference and we draft some bad players, I don't want to hear Howie have an excuse saying they didn't have enough leverage, they didn't have enough draft capital, they couldn't move around too much. I don't want to hear that. You have 11 picks in this draft. You have 11 picks in this draft. And this is excluding a Zach Ertz trade. This is excluding that, where you can get more picks, or you're going to trade Zach Ertz on draft night, which would probably make more sense too, because we're not keeping him for a $12 million cap hit. That's definitely not happening. Okay, let's get that straightened out. But this right here, guys, this is our season. If the draft a quarterback, does it hurt us? No, but we need to just start giving chances to some guys and let them prove their worth. Let them prove their worth at the end of the day. I mean, if we don't play Jalen Hurts next year, this year, I'm telling you, I'm going to be in the back of my mind. That's the question that's going to run through my mind. What if we started Jalen Hurts? What if he played? Would he have played well? And we're never going to know. And then what's going to happen is he's going to go to another team and play well. Who knows at this point? You know, a lot of people don't have faith in Jalen Hurts. A lot of people have been watching him since when he was in Alabama to Oklahoma. There's some diehard Sooner fans out there. I understand. You know, he's got some flaws. I understand that. Everyone's got flaws coming to the league. You know, something always happens. Okay, but I'm willing to give this guy a chance. At least I'll feel better if Jalen Hurts plays and then he plays horrible, and I'll say, okay, at least we gave him a chance. It's not even really a wasted year, because if they at least draft well, you got some potential pieces. You got building block pieces. That's why if you miss out on this first round pick, well, Joe, you can go to the second round and, you know, you could take some picks and move back up to the first round, saying, yeah, I understand that, but why not do the obvious and draft 2 guys instantly that will start for your football team? I don't care if it's a receiver. I don't care if it's a linebacker. I don't care if it's a cornerback. Okay? I do not care. All I care about is this team just drafting the right guys and giving Jalen Hurts a shot. That's all I'm caring about right now. I think this is really all a smokescreen. It makes no sense. If you're not keeping 3 quarterbacks in this room this year, it's just impossible. Okay, you're not. If you're keeping 2 quarterbacks, you know, you're gonna have 3 quarterbacks before the season starts, obviously, because when they, you know, when your roster is trimming down, you're gonna still have a lot of guys to a position because the final roster cuts haven't shown up yet. Okay, but give this man a chance. I want to see. I've got to see, and I just because I get such a good feeling about this coaching staff and Nick Sirianni, and I get a good feel for, if you draft weapons around Jalen Hurts, like the weapons that he had around him at Alabama, just imagine that to the NFL. That's what I think about. Okay, so I'm really all over the place with this, but this is just nonsense. I think this is bogus. I don't think it's real. I think it's just, that's what the Eagles want teams to think. I don't think they'll draft a QB. I really don't. It's just ridiculous if they do. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It makes no sense. What, you're going to smile again? You're going to smile again like you did drafting Jalen Hurts? Why? Because Jalen Hurts didn't take it to the playoffs this year? I mean, how serious are they going to get? Seriously. Like, you pretty much put Jalen Hurts in the fire, and I thought he handled himself pretty well. Mentally, I thought he handled himself pretty well. He went out there, he did the best he could with what he had in Doug's spectacular playbook that he was doing. So, I mean, at this point, give the kid a chance. I don't want to see this guy sit on the bench and just waste him. For what? You've wasted too many players. You've put veterans in front of young talent that never really strive to be anything with this much ceiling left. Endless ceiling. You know, stop putting Jason Peters in front of Jordan Mailata. Stop. And I understand he's gone now, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about the past. You know, stop benching Travis Fulgham. Stop the Travis Fulghams on the team and the John Hightowers and the Quez Watkins and just young guys. Stop doing that. Why do you even draft these guys? What is the point? You guys might not even show up. You might as well not even show up to the draft. Why even waste your time with Kevon Wallace if he's not going to hit the field? Like, what's the point? Why draft Davion Taylor in the 3rd round as a linebacker and you keep putting Nathan Gary in games? It just makes no sense to me what they were doing. It really doesn't. And they wonder why this team is like this. Like, they're just so confused why it's like this. You know, all they say is, well, we've been in the playoffs every year since the Super Bowl. And it's like, who cares, bro? Like, it's not about getting to the playoffs. It's about winning a championship at the end of the day. That's what if every fan doesn't believe in getting a championship this year, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay. I'm aiming to win a Super Bowl, but obviously this roster is just not good right now. So I want to win one this year, but does it mean we're going to? No. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Want to rant about this. I just think it's a big smokescreen, and, you know, this is just how I feel about it. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Appreciate everybody stopping by to watch the video. I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up, Flawless 5. Peace out, guys. Peace.